Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. On this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to build contact us form using laravel-livewire. On the contact us form, we are going to collect the user email, name, subject of the message, and the message itself. I'm going to teach you how to develop this contact form with real-time validation and submitting the form without reloading the page. And all this will be achieved using laravel-livewire and without you writing any single line of JavaScript code. So before we proceed, let's check out how this contact form works. Yes, we're going to try to type in the email. As you can see, it's validating the email every time as you're typing. Let's try to type the email correct. Okay, as you can see, as you type the email correct, the error message disappears. Let's type the name, subject, and lastly, the message. Okay, let's try to submit the form and see what happens. You can see when you hit the submit button, the submit button is going to disappear and the loading icon appears, telling you that the form is being submitted. So let's patiently wait for the form to submit. Okay, as you can see, the form has been submitted and the email has been sent out. So as you can see, the input fields have been cleared and a success message disappeared. The success message appeared, sorry, telling you that the form has actually submitted. So let's quickly check where the email has been sent. As you can see, the image, this one has been sent a few seconds ago. This one we got a message from Wisdom, then email, then the body of the message. So this is what we're going to be building. Without wasting much of your time, let's get started. Okay, let's get started by creating a fresh Laravel project using the Laravel installer. Before I'm going to call the project LiveWire Compact. Let's patiently wait for the project to complete creating. Okay, the project has been created. Let's see the inside the project that we just created. So let's open up the project in our browser. Okay. Okay. There's a project. Next, we're going to open it on our code editor. So for this project here, I'm going to use Sublime S as a code editor. Let's quickly open it. Let's go to the view and welcome. Let's start by moving everything that is on this, almost everything on this welcome blade. Next, I'm going to remove this from here to okay, yeah, it's fine. Okay, let's save it. Let's check our browser again. See what we have. Okay, next we're going to install Tailwind. Because we're going to use Tailwind to build our contact us form. First, let's quickly grab the contact us form. Let's quickly grab the contact us from Mac. Okay, this is the markup that you're going to use for the contact us form. So it already has the tailwind styling on it, but right now it's not going to appear. You're not going to see any styling on it because you have not installed tailwind css. So let's quickly go to let's quickly go to our browser and check the form out. As you can see, there is no styling affected yet. So let's quickly install Tailwind to get our form working first. Let's do that by going to Tailwind official website. There you see instruction on how to install it on your Laravel project. First, create the project. I already created the project and I'll see it inside the project folder. Let me check if I've done that. So next is to run the npm installation, which is this. Click on that and go to your terminal, paste it, and hit enter. Installation will just start. So we have to wait for it to finish installing before we continue. Okay, that is done. So next is to create the config file. So to create a Tailwind config file, I'm going to run this command. This command will actually we already create the config file, as you can see. Config file have been created, tailwind.config.js. And next is to copy this and open our tailwind config file, which is here, and paste it here, then save. Next is to grab the tailwind CSS page component with the utilities and open our resource, then CSS, then app.css, then paste it here. Sorry. Then we grab it, copied, paste it here, save. Next is to let's copy the byte CSS and put it inside our header and saved. After that, we are going to run npm run dev to actually compile our CSS. Okay, and this is going to watch the changes that we are going to make on the front end and update them every time. So let's quickly go to our browser and see what we got there. Okay, let's refresh this. Okay, here is our form. So we're done. Let's quickly modify this contact form to our need, to what we actually want it to look like. So let's head over to our code editor again. So on the contact form, we need one more field, which will be the name, the input field that you're going to use to collect the name of the user. So we say here name, and this will change the name. Save. So the placeholder should be let us know how we. Okay, let us know your name. Okay, let's go. So what's your browser? Okay, we have the name, subject, and your message. So let's change this name to your name. Okay, don't like this submit button. Let's quickly change it to what we actually want it to be. So I'll change the background color and the hover color. So this is the hover color. I'm change it to indigo. Okay, switch well with me. And the background color should be PG. Indigo 500. Change the background color. Okay, yes, I have it here. Let's go. Let me increase to 600. Then let's go over there. Okay. I want it to be 800. let's go running. Then the hover should look something like this. Uh, the hover. Sorry, this is not the hover. I'm going to delete this. I don't think we're using this. So this hover should look something like this. Okay, fine. It's perfect now. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is to install laravel-livewire. So to do that, let's head down to their website, the official website of livewire. So first we're going to install the package using this composer command here. So let's copy the command and go to our terminal to install it. Terminal. Paste this. Let's paste the command here to install laravel-livewire. Okay, that's done. Next is to actually create our livewire components. So let's quickly close this stuff. Okay. We're going to create our livewire components. So let's go to make components. So this is actually how to create the livewire components using the artisan command. You say php artisan make livewire, then the name of the component that you want to create. So let's quickly grab this and go to our terminal and paste it. Then platform, that's the name of our component. So that's it. Now just say no. Okay, the component has been created. Let's go back to our code editor and open the component. First we're going to edit the build file of the component. First, when you create a livewire component, it's going to create the class which will be inside your app live. You see http, then you see the livewire folder there. That's where your components are going to be. That's where it's going to reside. Then after creating it, it will also create a blade file for you which you work with, which is inside the resources. Then fields, you see under folder called livewire here, and you open it. This is your blade file. So what we're going to do, we're going to copy all our contact form inside this blade file. So let's quickly grab this and paste it on this place. So for now, if you check our contact form, and let me refresh it. Okay, you must save it. Yes, let me save this. Okay, as you can see, there's no contact form here. So let's quickly call the contact form on our welcome blade file. So let's quickly go back to livewire documentation to see how we can actually achieve that. Okay, now let's go to, if you go to rendering company, that's where you're going to see it. So it's the same thing. We can actually use this to call our component. Sorry. So let's see, the name of our component is contact form. So the name of your component is going to be your blade name. That's what you're actually going to use to identify your your component. So when we save this now, we'll get to see our contact form back. That's it. Perfect. So let's start building our contact form. So let's head back to the contact form first. The method of the form. Let's quickly separate this from this. So I got to see our form better. So the method that the contact form is going to use is post, and let's open up the component class that we just created, which is contact form. First, let's declare our properties that we're going to use on the form. First property we're going to use is the email, and second is the name, what is the subject, and lastly is the message. Yeah, that's it. So let's quickly call live wire event, wire model event that you can use to set up form properties on the form. So first is the email. And don't forget to also create the name of the input. Sorry, that's a mistake. Sorry, it's supposed to be say the input name, email. Then let's call the live wire model event. Say the wire model, which is name. So second is sorry, which is email. I don't know why I'm making this mistake. Okay, second is which has to be name. Wire model event it should be name. Yeah. So the third one, which is the subject, wire model event, which is the subject. So for the last one, let's quickly copy this and paste it here and just change it to message. So this is it for now. So next is to let's start the validation. We're going to start with the validation. Okay, to start the validation we're going to create a form request that will handle the validation for us. There is a normal we are creating a normal laravel form request class that will handle the validation. Also, for us to do that, let's quickly open our terminal and type php artisan make request contact form request. Okay, let's go back to our code editor and open up the contact form. When you create the request, the form request, you're going to see it has created a new folder called request folder inside the http folder, the app folder. Then when you open it up, you see when you open the request folder, you see our contact form request here. So first set the validation to true, and now declare our validation rules here. So first rule is the email, which is going to be required, and there's going to be an email. Let's add the filter, which is strongly going to recommend the users to type in the email. So let's say the max it should be 255. Okay, next is the name required, the required or require. I think it's required. Okay, so it's going to be a string, and the max is going to be. Did you have marks on the name? I don't think we need marks on the name. Actually, it does. If you're saving it inside a database, I think it's recommended that you put the max input that you can actually, or your database is going to accommodate. But for now, we are not using any database to save anything. We are using email functionality to actually forward the contact form to a specified email that we declared or you want to use to accept the contact us message. So for now, let's leave it like this. So if you're using database, it's recommended that you specify the maximum character that you can accept through that input thread. So next is to type in the subject, which is also required, and it will be a string, and we're going to set a minimum character should be 3. and the max should be 255. This suggests that the subject shouldn't be more than, let's say, 100 characters. You can set it any number of characters that you want to validate with. So for my own contact form, I'm using 100 characters. So next is a message itself, which is also going to be required, and there's a string, and we will set the minimum character for. And this is not going to have let's we're not going to set any maximum character for it, but if you still wish that you need a maximum character for your form input, you can still go ahead to set it. For this contact form, I'm not setting any maximum character for it. So let's quickly save this. But now nothing is happening. Nothing is happening when you type your name, so the validation have not really started. So to trigger that, to make that to work, we're going to call out another livewire method called rules. The rules is going to return new contact form request, and you set the rules here. So this is actually the rules. So when you go to livewire validation documentation, this livewire validation. Let's go to the validation site. Where is it? Okay, sorry, this is it. So let's go to the validation, which is this. So as you can see, it has a property called rules, and the rules is actually going to check the validation when you submit. So that is okay. You can actually make use of this updated uh, hook here that we validate the input form wait time. So it's going to watch for any changes on the input form to actually trigger the validation on the client side, the wait time. So as you can see, sometimes it's useful to validate a form field as a user types it into it. So Livewire makes wait time validation simple with this validate only. So that's the next property we're going to call on our Livewire component. So let's quickly go to our code editor again and type in updated and the property name. This can be anything, but property name sounds cool. And this should return this validates only property name. So this is it. So next we are going to create the method that is going to help us send the email. So we're going to call the method send. I'm going to accept anything. So let's go back to our contact form, and this action is remove it. We're going to use a live wire event called the wire submit. We're actually going to prevent the default behavior of the form, which is refreshing the page, and call the method send. So but now if this is actually validated, if this is validating, we are not going to see any error here because we have not actually displayed the error on the form. So let's quickly do that. To do that, we have to watch for an error message using this laravel command. So first is the email message, so and the error here. So to display the error, we're going to create a div that seems to be a tailwind alert. So I'm going to say the BG, which is the background color, should be red. I think 200 is okay. Then the text should be red. 600. Then we're going to have a padding of 2. Then the margin top of 1. So let's display the error message here. Let's try and see what we have. Okay. The error message is not being displayed. Let's see what's wrong. Okay, we didn't save this. Let's save that. Then let's go back to this. Okay, what could be wrong here? Oh, sorry. I think what can actually cause the problem is that we forgot to uh, import the LiveWire script and styles on the header of our welcome blade. So let's quickly grab that. First, I don't think this is going to return this. It's supposed to be like this. And I think the LiveWire uh, scripts are not here. So let's quickly grab the LiveWire scripts. Go to installation. Okay, is it styles? Paste. And next is the script. Sorry, I forgot to import this. So let's go back to our form and see what happens here. Okay, as you can see, the return, the validation is now happening. So please don't forget to import this script. It's very important for LiveWire to render your component and also triggers all the event handling that you are actually working with. So let's go back to our form. Right now the return validation is actually working. So next we are going to duplicate this error message to all the forms. So let's quickly grab that, and this is going to be name, and this is going to be subject, and lastly we're going to have the message. Let's save this. So let's quickly check if our validation is actually working. Subject, okay, it's working. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, next is actually for us to send in the email. So for us to send the email, we are going to create a email class using laravel artisan command. So let's go back to our terminal and type php artisan make mail, and it's going to be a contact mail with the m flag, which will create a markdown for us too. So let's hit enter. The mail class has been created. So when it's being created, you're going to see the mail class inside your app folder http. Inside http, sorry, not http, you're going to see a new folder that has been created inside the app folder called mail. So inside it, you actually see your mail class here. So let's quickly set up our mail class. To do that, let's actually set up the property, which is the contact message. That's the one we are getting from the user. So we're going to pass it on a construct. So let's also in the value to our message here. So what actually happened is that we declare this property public, and we are getting a contact message from the mail class. Then we now assign it back to the property that we actually declare on this contact us contact mail class. So from that property, let's see what we get from that contact us message. Oh, but let's go back to the let's go system. Let's go back to this contact us form. Actually make this bigger. In this. So this is actually what we're going to pass to that main class. So let's try and dump this and see what is inside it after validation. Dated. Let's go to this. Dash. Where is it? Yeah. Check my name. That's good. Fire. So let's quickly wait this. Okay, as you can see, it returns an array of the collected input. So this is actually what you are going to pass to our my class to actually access the input after validation. So to do this, let's quickly call the uh let's quickly go back to our main class. So let's set up this stuff. So the subject is going to be this contact message subject. Okay. So this is we're going to pass the property to property to the mail contact markdown. So we're going to call the property contact message, pass the data to it. So this should be the value of the contact message. Okay. With this pass here to this level class, as we when we create the Laravel mail classes, and you could remember we added the M flag, which will also tell Laravel to also create the markdown for us that we are going to use to send the mail. So the markdown, you will see the markdown inside the view folder inside your resource. So you see a folder created here called mail. So inside it, you see the contact mail place. So here we're going to actually use the message that we're getting from the user. First, let's say message from the user. So inside the contact message, you're actually getting the name of the person. And here you're going to get the email. Okay, contact. Contact email. So lastly, we're going to get the body. It will be the contact message, the actual message itself. Yeah, this is all we need to do here. So let's close this down. In terms of we need here. So let's go back to our LiveWire component. So let's try to send the email to the email that we're going to use to receive the message that is coming from the contact us form. It can be anything It can be the email that your website needs, or you want your website to be used to be receiving all contact messages from the contact form. So for this tutorial, I'm going to use something like MC support at contactform.com. Okay, mind you, when you're doing yours, you have to use a workable email that is functioning, so that you won't get your delivered to another place while waiting for it in another place. So for this tutorial, I'm just using this email, sample email, which you can also use, which you can use your own preferred email. So where we are sending it to, we are going to use the contact form class we just created, contact name class, and remember it's also accepting a, an argument which will be the validated inputs from the user. Okay. After this, don't forget to import the contact mail function class. Sorry, the contact mail class. Okay, this is it. We have imported it, and after sending the email, we want LiveWire to set our form. So we use the reset method here. After that, we want LiveWire to flash a message to the user that this contact form has been submitted successfully. So we use the session flash and success. I will say thanks for contacting us. We will get back to you soon. Okay. I think we are good here. So let's quickly check. Okay. Let's quickly check our form and see whether it's going to submit to anywhere. So let's say LiveWire. Okay, let's submit this. Okay, the mail class is not being imported. So let's quickly import that. Let's go back to our LiveWire components. Let's import the mail class. Okay, it's actually this eliminate support for such mail. So that's the one we're going to use. And let's refresh page. Try again. Okay, this should actually work. Okay, we have now set up our MailTrap account that we are going to use the text of this. So let me quickly grab my MailTrap credentials from their official website, which is mailtrap.io. So I'll also drop the link on the description of this video for you to actually create an account with MailTrap. MailTrap helps you to test your library applications, functionality before actually deploying to production. So when you deploy to production, you can actually change the SMTP configuration. So what I'm going to grab from MailTrap is the SMTP configuration that we're going to use to test out our email functionality on the text. So when you actually deploy your code, you're actually going to need a functional SMTP configuration from your hosting company or any of the email services that you're going to use for your live website. So let me quickly grab the configuration from MailTrap. Quickly show you how you can actually do that. So when you set up a MailTrap account, you're going to see this. So if you see this, it might be here, yeah, by default. So what you will do is to click here and go to the application you're using, the framework you're using. My own case is Laravel. If you're using Laravel, when you click on it, you're going to see your configuration settings. What you need to do is just copy this and go to your .env file, then replace the one that is there. That's all. Okay. Well, without more, let's go back to the code again. So let's try to send email again. Let's try to submit the form again. Okay. Let me check whether this thing is saved. Sorry, I didn't save env file. Let me quickly close this too. Okay, I've saved that. Now let's submit the form again. Mm, let's see what happened. Okay, as you can see, the form has been submitted. So let's go to a new trap and see whether we got the email. Okay, that's good. That's it. You seen it? So message from wisdom, the email, then the message body. So next, if you notice after submitting the form, nothing happened. The only thing that we're going to know that the form application that it clears the input field. So let's make it more responsive, more interactive by actually telling the user if the email actually submitted or not, and also uh, bring up a small loading icon telling the user that the form is being submitted or submitted. So let's I have I've downloaded a GIF icon that I'm going to a GIF image that I'm going to use for this project. So let me quickly grab that. So I have grabbed that. Let me go back to our contact form blade. So I'm going to put the image here. So it's inside the folder, and then not the image is loading.gif. So let's quickly see here. See anything. Check whether they have. Okay, I've not actually grabbed the image. So okay, we have actually grabbed the image. So I think this is it. So I'm going to use it on the phone. So let me quickly refresh this. Okay, there's it. So we're going to resize this image. It should be 50. It's fine. Now we don't want this image to appear when the form is not being submitted. So we want it to appear when the form is being submitted. So to do this, we're going to look at for LiveWire event, which is let's put it inside a div, which will be wire loading event. So it's going to check when the form is being loaded. So it's going to display the GIF icon, the GIF image. So next, okay, let's check it out. You see, and when the form, anytime the form loads, it's going to try to display this stuff here, this image here, the GIF image that we just added. So to also let's add an event here to also okay, let's check the loading attributes which you're going to use. Going to disable the input form. And next, we're going to add a wire loading. Let's remove to remove the input the submit button when the form is being submitted. So let's try this out and see what happens. Try to submit. Okay, and as you can see, it's working perfectly well. So form have been submitted and the thing appears back. So if you watch what's actually happening here, when you try to type, it's trying to display this little our image that is being loaded here. So to avoid that, let's target a specific event while this is loading. So we're going to use a wire target, the event, which is send method. So when this send method is being triggered, so it's going to check for the method that is being triggered in order to actually start trying to display this our little GIF image here. So it's going to check for this send method when it's being called in the form. That's when that GIF icon is going to load. So let's check again. Okay. Okay. And that under one here is the send button. Send button is loading when it's also trying to disappear when the form is being loaded. So it also targets the event here, which is also going to use a wire target. And when the send method is being triggered, that's when you actually load this, try to trigger this. So let's try one more time. Okay, it has disappeared this form. So then that's all for this form. Let's try to submit one more time. Okay, let's try to submit the form. See what happened. You can see starting. Okay, the form has been submitted. But right now there is no message that actually shows that the form has been submitted. So let's actually add the success message here. So let's check when the session has a success message. So we're going to use an if statement for that. Okay, session has success, which we are sending from this our live component. Remember, we flash the success message here. So let's if you have start, so let's create a div here that will have a pg of green 200 and text green 600 and say padding 2. And we're actually going to display the session message here. Okay, I think that's all we have here. Let's try to submit the form again and see what happened. Okay, submit the form. That's cool. So say thanks for contacting us. We'll get back to you soon. So the message is being sent. So let's check our mail trap and see. This one is a few minutes ago. So the message is actually sent there. So we actually received the message. So and lastly, let's try to make this our form more efficient by actually reduce the request on the server. So right now, the rate at which the LiveWire event hits our hit our server every point in time. We try to decide something. It's really, really ridiculous. So trying in order to reduce that the request time that our Wi-Fi is actually requesting on the server, we are going to use the debounce uh, method here. So we're going to use the debounce. This is actually specify how many milliseconds we want Wi-Fi the event to be triggered. So by default, the bounce is 150 milliseconds. So we are actually increasing it to 500 milliseconds to reduce the request that is actually happening on the server. So let's do this for every do this for all the input blocks on the request field name, the subject, message. So if you check, it's going to take more longer time for you to actually display rather than what we are doing before. So it's also going to work perfectly well. Let's try one more time. Submit. Okay, that's it. We should submit. So we received the mail here. Perfect. Lastly, let me change this to laravel-livewire under this one. So here we go. Thanks for watching out this tutorial. I think this is the end of this tutorial. So if you find this video very informative and helpful to you, please subscribe to my channel and also like the video and share to your friends, as this will encourage us to provide more helpful and informative videos uh, on this channel. Thanks for watching.